guys, and welcome back to another vlog. So today we are starting off the morning on my laptop because yesterday I was literally sitting here doing things as per usual. I started uploading a video or scheduling it to upload, and I looked away for 1 second, was like on my phone, like literally sitting in this chair. Then I looked back on my screen and it looked like this, and I was like, hello? So I restarted my computer, being like, okay, maybe it just glitched, because that's happened to me before where it like randomly glitches if maybe like you're overusing it a little bit, and then you restart it and then it's fine. But I restarted it, still looked like this. And so I was like, okay, you know what? Apple tech support exists. So I got on the little live chat and I was telling the dude, I was like, listen, these are the things that happened. I tried to restart. I literally have not dropped this. Like, I know it's not an external issue, like nothing's fallen on it. I haven't dropped it. It's not overheating because I, you know, touched it to see if it was just like an overheating thing, but it wasn't overheating. And he gave me all these different things to try and nothing worked. So I'm using my laptop, which is really annoying. So I have to go get that fixed today. So that's something we gotta do. That was not in the plans, but I'm also filming a podcast today in the morning. It's gonna be the first guest podcast back since moving, which will be fun. And then I also really need to go fabric shopping because I have a couple orders that I need to make. One of them is actually a Victoria dress from literally last December. I ended up not having enough fabric to make two. I only had enough to make one, so I only made one, but this other person had actually bought one too, and I emailed her. I was like, I don't like have enough fabric for this, but I could, you know, try to find fabric. And I just was never able to find fabric at all while I was living in Indiana. And then I was like, you know what, we can just wait till I'm in LA and I can go fabric shopping there because there's bound to be something there. So she's been so patient with me, thank God, literally so sweet. But I'm gonna go get fabric for her. And then I'm also doing a custom Victoria dress, just like custom color, for somebody else that wanted it as a bridesmaid dress. I haven't really taken on custom orders in a very long time, but every once in a while I'll take something on like that, especially with this one, just because it's a design I've already made. It's not like I have to make a new pattern or anything. It's just easier for me. I feel like I got really overwhelmed making like new patterns and new things on top of my brand, but I feel like maybe I'll take some more on nowadays just because my brand itself has been a little slower. So we need to go fabric shopping for that, and those are the things I have planned for today so far. So I'm gonna, you know, do my thing, and then we'll set up for the podcast and hopefully figure out what a good setup is going to be for it. I have no clue, but we'll see. Okay, I'm gonna try to figure out my podcast setup because I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So it's gonna have to be on my laptop, obviously. That's fine because that's usually how I did it anyway for my guest episodes, so I'm not worried about it. I just don't know where I'm gonna put my camera so that it looks like I'm like looking kind of at it, slash it doesn't look like I'm like completely looking off. I think that might be my most difficult part. Okay. And then I usually have my tripod like right here so that it, you know, grabs me, but I don't want to have my laptop like down. Like I want to have it a little more elevated, but I don't want it to be in frame. I'm thinking maybe I can put something here to hold it. It also happens to be trash day right now, and I really hope they're done with that by the time I start recording because it's so freaking loud. Although I think my microphone's pretty good about not picking that kind of stuff up, but I'm still a little scared of that. So I'm thinking maybe I could do this for my laptop because my camera's gonna be like right there, so it's like, I guess I could have it down here, but then I'm just gonna be like looking down so much, and I don't want to look down as much. Like I want to look a little more straightforward. I don't know, that might just be difficult. Does this even fit? No, it does not. Cool. Okay, maybe I'll do like a suitcase or something instead, like potentially this, and then it can be a little bit higher. Don't know how stable that is, but hopefully stable enough. Yeah, I feel like that looks a little bit better. This could be here. The only really difficult part about, oh, that's my alarm to remember to do this podcast. Oh. The difficult thing about this microphone and like the stand is that obviously the microphone is so heavy and you really have to tighten it well for it to not like move around on you so much. It's a little bit difficult, but I think we got it. So I think this might be the setup, and then I have the camera right there. Cool. Okay, not too shabby. I obviously got to turn on my lights. I'll close the window so that it's not so loud, and we should be good to go. So I just finished recording the podcast and it went really well. I'm really happy to do that. It's been so long since I've like talked to somebody on the podcast and like had a guest on, and it was just nice to like have that back. So I'm feeling inspired to start reaching out to people again, because I've honestly been slacking, and this episode's literally gonna go up like next week, and I don't have anything prepared after that. So it's been very all over the place lately. But I am going to go ahead and go to my appointment to get my desktop hopefully fixed. I have a feeling that it's gonna be ridiculously expensive, or B, it's gonna be like, oh, you just need to buy a new one, which again, ridiculously expensive. So we will see, but hopefully they can actually fix it and it's not too bad. I really don't know what happened because it's totally an internal issue, definitely not external. So like, I feel like maybe they could fix it. I really don't know, but I'm hoping for the best. I'm gonna load her into my car and we'll see what happens. So I just dropped off my iMac and they told me they would get back to me by 6 p.m. tonight on what the issue is. So hopefully we figure that out soon. I really hope it's nothing too crazy, and I just really hope it's not super expensive, because it's not an expense that I want to have right now. I feel like it's at times when you have like no money coming in, or just like struggling to, you know, get that off the ground, that all these random expenses just start flooding in for no reason. Like, what are the chances my iMac just like does that? Like, it's not even an old iMac. I got it like at the end of 2020 or early 2021. Like, I don't know, remember the timeline, but I'm pretty sure it was early or late 2020. So it's like not even that old of a freaking desktop. So what the frick? I'd expect that from like maybe my laptop, because I feel like laptops are a little more finicky, but I'm just so like, why? Anyway, I was gonna go to the fashion district to get the fabric, but I'm honestly super intimidated to go to the fashion district by myself to buy fabric, because I've never bought fabric at the fashion district, and I feel like if I go there, I need to go with a friend first to like figure it out, because it's so overwhelming. So I don't feel comfortable doing that by myself just yet. So I think I'm gonna go to Mood Fabrics instead, which isn't in the fashion district, but it is close to downtown LA, or in downtown LA. So I think I'm gonna go there because that feels a little more familiar and I'm more comfortable with that, and I know how the store works, and I feel like it's a little more organized. But it does tend to usually be a little more expensive, but that is okay, we'll make it work. Hopefully they have the colors that I need, and yeah, we'll just go from there and then come back and we'll, I don't know, start on something, I guess. So I got back from Mood a little bit ago. I got the two fabrics that I needed. Luckily, I sent a picture to one of them to check for the color, because it wasn't the exact color she asked for, and I wasn't sure if it was gonna work or not, but it was the only one that was closest to it. And luckily, she answered me right before I was about to check out, so I went ahead and got her fabric too. So now I got both of the fabrics that I needed, and I got the patterns ordered because I think I might have some printed, but they're a little bit like folded and wrinkled, so I just wanted to get new ones printed, and those usually ship really fast, so I'm not worried about it. Got the zippers there too, so that is good. I'm gonna go ahead and start editing the podcast that I filmed earlier, because I need it for next week. It's already Wednesday, so I need it for Monday, and usually it doesn't take me too long to edit the podcast. I think the only like kind of annoying thing with it is just that I have to actually sit there and listen to it, so it's at least always gonna be like 30 to 45 minutes of listening and editing out little tiny parts. And the video itself is also not too difficult to edit, because I don't do anything crazy with it. It's also just like lining things up and making sure it's all good, so it doesn't take too long. And I originally was gonna have somebody help me with it, but my internet is way too slow for me to like upload those videos and have them download it, and the files are so big, and it was just not working. So I'm just doing it myself for now, which maybe is a blessing in disguise, because I need to save my money. As much as I would love to hire people out to do things for me, I'm not really at a place where I can do that just yet. So I think it worked out for the better, but it's just a whole lot more work for me. That being said, I'm gonna go ahead and start editing the audio, which I just do that on GarageBand. Luckily, I feel like this episode we didn't really mess up talking too much. I feel like it was a really good flow of conversation, so I don't think I really have much to edit at all on it. I don't recall any moments that I'm like, oh yeah, I have to edit that out. So it might actually just be a really good continuous episode, which would make my life so easy, but we will see. Sometimes I like to edit out certain ums or likes, just because it gets annoying once you actually start paying attention to how many times, you know, I say it or the other person says it, which is totally natural because that's how people talk. But sometimes when you start being too conscious about it, I'm like, oh, that's a little annoying, so I'll take them out. But anyway, let's get editing. Good morning, guys. It has been a few days, maybe even a week. It is currently Monday, August 15th when I'm filming this. And I just went to Pilates this morning. I've never done like an early morning class, so today I wanted to test it out. I went at 7 and it was really good. Just got home, made myself a smoothie, feeling good, feeling ready to start the day. Damn, that's good. I've been feeling like kind of out of it the past like week or so, which is why I really didn't film much after I started this vlog, just because I had a few things for my like part-time job to be doing last week, and I'm kind of trying to finish up New York Fashion Week right now and my collection for it, but I'm not feeling super inspired about it yet. I don't know what it is, but I'm just having a hard time with figuring out what to do with my business right now, because in full transparency, haven't had an order in like weeks at this point, and I don't even feel like pushing my products right now. Like I literally have no desire to be pushing that right now, but obviously it's like how I make money, so I can't just not do it. But I'm having a hard time with it, and I think that's why I've been a little bit uninspired to make my next collection, because I think I'm in the mentality of like, well, I'm not selling anything, who's to say that this next collection is going to sell? And like, it's just kind of hard, in all honesty, when you do go through like the low points of business and like sales and stuff. And I know it's not just me, and I know it's happening to a lot of people, and from what I've gathered, I think it's because it's summertime and people are off their phones a little bit more. Social media algorithms have been weird lately, and obviously we're also in an economic like recession right now, so just everything combined is not looking great for e-commerce currently, but we are chugging along as best as we can. That being said, today I have some more things I want to finish up. I have some more New York Fashion Week hauls. I think I'm going to start the New York Fashion Week like videos soon. I just like really wanted them to be all together, so I haven't yet, and I really wanted to make them really good, and I don't know if they're going to be that great, but I do really want to show every part of the behind the scenes, from like the logistics to the making of the collection to like the day of, all the things. So I'm kind of waiting so that it's like closer to the date of. So you'll see all that stuff soon. I feel like I keep mentioning it, but I haven't shown anything, so there's that. And yeah, I also have my pop-up here in LA on Saturday, which I feel like I also haven't really like promoted much or said much about, or like even done anything for, because again, I'm just feeling so like about my business right now, because it just feels like nothing's doing well. But I am excited about it. I'm a little nervous just because I feel like nobody's seen my posts about it, and I feel like nobody's gonna show up, but I don't know. We'll see. I am waiting for my package to come back from Austin, because I sent over a bunch of stuff for the fashion show that they did, and that's a lot of stuff that I'll be using for the pop-up. So I'm kind of just waiting for that to get here, so then I can like do a recount of everything I have and maybe finish up a few more things to bring for the pop-up. But obviously it's like a 2.5-hour like little thing, so I'm not trying to make like a ridiculous amount of stuff. I haven't like stressed myself out about that at all. I'm just gonna show up with what I have and hopefully get some foot traffic, and I don't know, I'm just hoping to have a good experience with it, which I feel like I will. I'm just a little nervous about it, in all honesty. It's always nerve-wracking doing like in-person events and just like never knowing what the outcome is gonna be. Like with New York, I feel better about it because I'm selling tickets, so I like know people are showing up. But when it comes to pop-ups, it's so nerve-wracking to just never know if there's gonna be a crowd, if there's not, if you're just gonna be standing there awkwardly for 2 hours, or if you're gonna have a lot of people come through. Like it's always such a guessing game, which is a little nerve-wracking. But yeah, it should be good. I'm really trying to lean more into the in-person events right now, because e-commerce is, I feel like, just like not doing well right now. I want to lean into that a little bit more, so if anybody has ideas of things I can do, I would love to hear it. I feel like I got super inspired by going to like the Louis Vuitton 200 exhibit, which was super random. I went a couple of weeks ago with some friends. Posted on my Instagram if you didn't see it there. I just was thinking like Louis Vuitton is just like, you know, a brand, like a, you know, clothing brand. I mean, it started off as like luggage and stuff, but it's a clothing brand, but they're doing this really cool exhibit with all these other artists that has kind of nothing to do with clothing, but you know, it's still art. And like, I was just thinking that I don't have to be so centered around just like clothes 24/7. It's like I can do literally so much as a brand, and like do collaborative things and, you know, events that don't have to center around like buying clothing. Like I can do whatever, it's just like under, you know, my brand and my name. So I feel like that inspired me to kind of just like think outside the box of just like pop-ups and fashion shows, like maybe doing like some workshops or just like fun little like social events for people to come and hang out surrounding sustainable fashion, so that you can create community around that, but it doesn't have to be like a come shop or like that kind of vibe. So I feel inspired in that sense to try to get things going, but obviously events are also just really expensive to put on, so it is a lot of investment and you never know what the return is going to be either. So I feel like a lot of things are just up in the air for me right now, but here's my very honest life update on all of that. All of that being said, I'm going to finish this smoothie, which is so freaking good. It's like hitting the right spot right now. Then we're just gonna kind of look at what we have for the pop-up. I think I should be getting that package here soon. And yeah, we'll kind of just get things figured out, start organizing everything, and we'll see what else we do. Cheers to that. So just kind of looking at what I have a decent amount of totes still. I have 11 totes, so I feel good about that. I had a few more that I could make, but I feel like that's enough. I don't need to like stress myself out. Unless I have extra time, then I will. But I feel good about the totes. I have a decent amount of headbands still that I think I'm also just gonna bring because I think they're fun. I have one Diana dress, and I'm not sure if I sent one over to Austin or not, but I think I might have. So I think I'd have 2 Diana dresses, and then I need to find the little, I need to get the ribbon for this Gabrielle top, but I do have one Gabrielle top in a size 4. So that's there. I have this rose top from like forever ago that it has been a pre-made piece and I've still had it. So that's there. I have a couple of patchwork tanks as well. I have a medium and a small. So I feel good about those. These are super fun. Maybe I'll make a few more of these just because they're kind of easy to make, and I feel like these are always like just a really attractive piece to the eye just because the fabric is so pretty and it's a good basic. I also have a couple of these patchwork tanks that were also from a while ago that I just had, so I still have them. And also a black one. And then I have the 4 baby tees as well. And I think that's it because all of this stuff is like my stuff or stuff that I need to like do something with. So this is kind of what I have for the pop-up so far, and then plus everything else that I sent over. And I do also have scrunchies in here, I believe. So also have that. I was in the midst of making a few tops already for this pop-up, so I think we're gonna finish those up. I had a few flora tops that I was gonna make. I think I have 2 or 3 that are like halfway there, so I think I'm just gonna go ahead and start finishing those up. And I also cut out 2 other ones that I might start on that. So yeah, but I do feel good about it. I feel like I have a decent amount of stuff, at least for like a good little 2-hour pop-up. It's not like I need to have like a crazy filled rack, but I do feel like I have a lot of like black right here though. I do want to get more of my like summery spring colors out because obviously that's kind of the seasons we're in right now. So yeah, but kind of what we're working with. I guess we'll get started on actually sewing now. So I just finished sewing up all 3 of these white flora tops. So I've got 3 more now, which I am excited about. I feel like now I have a little bit more of like the brighter white light colors. I have 2 or 3 flora tops of the pink ones cut out. I might get started on those a little bit later, but I am going to eat lunch here soon, and then I have a call at 1 for New York Fashion Week stuff. I've been on calls literally all the time and emails and all the things, but we're slowly but surely figuring it out. It is in the works. Which, speaking of, if you're gonna be in New York, tickets are on my website, so you can go get one, come hang out, see my collection, everyone else's collections, and yeah, it'll be a great time. But anyway, I'm gonna eat. So I just finished eating and I got the package from Austin with all the stuff, so we're gonna open it up because I really don't remember what I sent them / what we have. So let's go through this and see what we've got for this pop-up. So I do know that obviously there were certain pieces that were used for the show, so I need to separate those out so that I can wash them. And it's got makeup on it. That's unfortunate. Okay, so this one's definitely the used one. Dang, I'm really upset they got makeup on this. At least this was a sample, but yeah, that one's getting washed. This was not used. Then I still have 3 of these left from last year. And 1 of these, 2? Maybe oh, there's 2. There's another one down there. The shorts were used, I know that, so that's gonna get washed. patchwork tank was also used. Then I have a flora top that I don't know if this was a used one or not. I guess they didn't use it, so this must have been for pop-up, but it doesn't have a tag on it, so I don't know if I just like forgot to put a tag on it. There's that. Gabrielle top, and a few more Gabrielle tops. This one also. So we do actually have quite a few more things than I thought we did, so that's actually really good. Here's the other one that I knew I had, and then another flora top. So we actually have quite a few flora tops with the 3 that I made today. We have like 5, I believe. So not too bad. So now that I'm looking at this, I think I definitely want to maybe make like another Diana dress or something. I don't know if I really want to make one. I do have, I know, at least one for show. People really like it. They can just order it online because that one's just a lot longer to make and I don't feel like making it right now. Maybe some patchwork tanks would be fun. I only have 2, I think. But also I have enough stuff. Like I really don't need to make more, but it's just like trying to entertain myself right now. And there's that. I'm gonna take this over to my room. We'll put it on hangers and kind of see everything put together. And then honestly, once I see it all together, I feel like I'll feel good about the amount of stuff I have. I think it's plenty. But yeah, and then I have my call here soon too in like 30 minutes. So we'll get ready for that. So I just had my call for New York Fashion Week and it went well. I had a call with a couple of videographers that I'm hiring to make a fun video. Obviously I'm gonna be vlogging the whole event and process, but I wanted like an actual like legit video for it. So having people do that, which I'm very excited about. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and hang up all the stuff that I just received so I can see it all. But I still have all of these freaking Irene tops from the holiday collection that were like super messed up pattern wise that I need to figure out what to do with. But I'm just gonna take them off these freaking racks because they take up so much space and I want to see all my like recent stuff. So I'll find a way to repurpose these fabrics soon, but I'm just not feeling them yet, so I don't want to use them. All of these other ones are like my own things, which I should probably just take off of there too, but here we are. Okay, so I fully put everything on here and now I have my full rack of clothes up to here that I will be taking. So I feel like that's more than enough stuff for me. I really don't need a lot. I feel like that shows a good range and I'm happy with it. That being said, I don't feel like making any more things for this. Even though I do have those floor tops cut out already, I don't know, maybe I'll make them later, but I need to finish editing my video for tomorrow, my YouTube video for tomorrow. So I need to do that and I have a few other things to edit, so let's do it.